Hello, hello, hello. Man, they got some shit going down. I just posted a freaking DC video like yesterday. Well, see, I recorded it the day before, and then that same day, like just later that day, this news came out that the Batgirl movie was just axed. Uh, the the official term they're using is shelved, but we it's pretty much been canceled. Like we can kind of sense that. Why Warner Brothers killed Batgirl? According to Variety, according to some officials inside the decision not to release the DC movie. The death of Batgirl on Tuesday sent immediate shockwaves through Hollywood and YouTube. The film, with a $75 million budget that grew to $90 million, Jesus. We're like, what the fuck? It's a Batgirl movie, it's not a Batman movie. Nobody, no, people don't care as much about Batgirl as they do about Batman. Like, let's be real here. And you've seen how the Batwoman show has done terribly. Like, nobody cares as much about derivative characters. I'm sorry. I love Barbara Gordon as much as the next person, but she's not Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry. Okay. The budget grew to $90 million due to COVID related overages. Finished shooting months ago. Yeah. Brendan Fraser talked about this at Fan Expo. They had finished shooting, and he liked playing Firefly. I remember him talking about it, because I was at the panel at Fan Expo, listening to him talk about it. I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of looking forward to the. I want to see him as this character. Now, like, looks like we won't be able to, and I guess maybe it's for the best from the rumors I'm hearing about this movie. The well, I'll get into this article and then I'll talk about what probably really happened because this article seems like it's wanting to explain everything away, with an excuse. Because the whole Texas thing just sounds like an excuse to me. Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, I probably fucked those names up, from Bad Boys for Life, which I liked. Miss Marvel, I haven't seen. Worked through the post production process. Star Leslie Grace from In the Heights, I liked that too. Had given multiple interviews expressing her enthusiasm for landing the title role and working with co stars Michael Keaton as Batman, J.K. Simmons as their character's father, Commissioner Gordon, and Brendan Fraser as the villain Firefly. See, those are the only castings that I know about. I know she. I don't know if she was playing Barbara Gordon. If so, it was a race swap. I don't know if she's playing a different character or Barbara Gordon. But from what I hear, it was just a race swap. In other words, the movie was nearly finished and already building awareness among fans. Why would Warner Brothers Discovery throw all that away? Yeah, because they have released stinkers before, recently, and just written them off. It's like, we'll just put it out. But this must have been so bad for them not to even want to put it out, like even on HBO Max. That's what I'm hearing too. The test screenings didn't go so well. The audience screenings or whatever. Several sources note that Batgirl was made under a different regime at Warner Brothers, headed by Jason Kilar and Ann Sarnoff. Yeah, Ann Sarnoff was not the best fit for DC. That was singularly focused on building a streaming service, HBO Max. That effort included Kilar's infamous decision to release the studio's entire 2021 theatrical slate simultaneously on the streamer, which helped build the subscriber base but also jeopardized the studio's reputation with top tier talent. Though many agents and stars privately came to appreciate the move when the company paid generous bonuses as a make nice. Yeah, see, they stepped on some toes when they released a bunch of these movies on HBO Max because they already had like exclusive deals for theatrical releases. That it pissed off Christopher Nolan. I remember that, and Denis Villeneuve was kind of pissed off until they got paid out. that was the only way they could appease him. Just give him a nice check. Even before David Zaslav took the reins of the newly formed Warner Brothers Discovery as CEO this spring, the exec went on a well publicized listening tour designed to repair the company's relationship with the creative community. Yeah, good luck with that, man. Like I said in my last video, they have had like I think more misses than hits in their DC movies. They've had some hits lately, like a lot of it's got too little, too late. Like people are kind of over. I mean, I'm not over DC because I'm a huge DC fan. Like I still want them to succeed. I want them to get this right. But God, man, they need some better leadership. Zaslav might actually be. He might be making some right moves here. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah. As part of that effort, Zaslav has made no secret of reversing Killar's strategy and committing to releasing first-run feature films in theaters before putting them on HBO Max. You see, that's the smart move. This streaming service, it can only sustain so much. I think they need to focus on the series with HBO Max, not so much the movies, because their bread and butter has always been the series, like Sopranos, and what's the one with crap, the one where he's a bootlegger, Boardwalk Empire, yeah, and stuff like that. I think Boardwalk Empire was HBO, but even yeah, the Spawn animated series was awesome on HBO. Oh man, was it Barry? Was it Barry HBO? That's a good show about the assassin who starts taking acting classes. That's awesome. Uh, Batgirl found itself on the bad end of that decision. Apparently, neither big enough to feel worthy of a major theatrical release, nor small enough to make economic sense in an increasingly cutthroat streaming landscape. Yeah, a lot of these streaming giants are taking nosedives lately. Like Netflix lost like 1 million subscribers last quarter, something like that, and they're projected to lose another 2 million this next quarter. And Disney has kind of reached their cap on subscribers, like 200 million, and they're looking to get to 260 million by 2023 or 2024. And we'll see if they can even do that. They might start like inflating their numbers by giving people more deals, like free subscription if you sign up for this mobile app or whatever, or this phone. Yeah, spending the money to expand the scope of Batgirl for theaters, plus the $30 million to $50 million needed to market it domestically, and the tens of millions more needed for a global rollout, could have nearly doubled spending on the film. And insiders say that was not a non-starter at a company newly focused on belt tightening and the bottom line. Yeah, they should have been focused on that shit to begin with, like not spending money on stupid shit. Like, okay, what are the heroes that sell? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Now we know Aquaman. Okay. The Flash is still kind of a wild card. He does have a big fan base, but not as big as the others. One guy at work, he actually told me his favorite hero is the Flash. I'm wondering how many people like that are out there. My favorite hero is still Batman, but yeah, you never know. Um, yeah, spokespeople for Warner Bros. And Warner Bros. Discovery declined to comment for this story. Yeah. You can understand why. Releasing the movie on HBO Max would seem to be the most obvious solution. Instead, the company has shelved Batgirl along with the Scoob sequel. Yeah, I heard that. Man, Scoob did not do well. That's what I've heard. I liked it. I still think they should have only made, focused on Scooby and not on all the other Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters. It's like they're wanting to make this shared universe with Hanna-Barbera, and they kind of put the cart before the horse in this movie. Like they threw everything they could into this movie. You got Dastardly and Muttley as Dastardly as the villain, and then Muttley comes in later. You got like at the end, it seems like they're already forming some kind of adventure Avengers group with the Hanna Barbera characters. Uh, and several, yeah, I like it still. I mean, it's very nostalgic, like especially at the beginning where they do the whole opening sequence, like from the old cartoon, and then I like the voice actors they got. I like the comedy in it. Uh, Captain Caveman was pretty funny too. But man, and I would have liked to seen some more of those movies like that. You know, in that 3D animation. I thought that was good. But maybe they'll try another live action sometime. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Scooby Doo has always sold like those freaking animated movies that come out. They always sell. Uh, Several sources say it will almost certainly take a tax write down on both films, seen internally as the most financially sound way to recoup the costs, at least on an accountant's ledger. It could justify that by chalking it up to a post-merger change of strategy. Doing so, however, would mean that Warner Brothers cannot monetize either movie. No HBO Max debut, no sale to another studio. Man, I'm wondering if we will ever see a a minute of this movie. They're just gonna freaking can it. so that's that's Variety's reasoning for the canning is it just blew over budget. Movies have gone over budget before and still been released. Like if the studio has faith in the movie, they'll still release it. It seems to me that Warner Brothers had no faith in this movie whatsoever. So they just decided to throw it in the shitter. And yeah, from what I hear, it's like a bad episode of television. So I'm guessing someone watched Batwoman and said, "Hey, that got like um 300,000 people to watch watch it. let's let's put that out in the movies and see how it does." Oh my god. But man, the only person I really feel bad for is Brendan Fraser because he was on the cusp of a major comeback, like with Doom Patrol doing so well, and then he's in the DC camp, so like, it would have been cool to see him as Firefly. But hopefully he gets another gig where he can really exercise his acting chops. I still want to see him as a villain. That'd be cool. I don't think we've ever seen him in a villainous part. And I do still like Batgirl as a character. Like, and I think I like her even more when she became Oracle, when she's in the wheelchair, and she's directing Batman on these missions from her computer, helping him, she's in his ear all the time. And Nightwing too. Um, she's just she's just an integral part of the Bat family. I don't see why we couldn't get an entire live action movie with all the Bat families together. Batman, Robin, Batgirl, and maybe Catwoman joins them. That's happened before. Nightwing, all of them. I like see Tim Drake Robin was my favorite, uh, because of the animated series, of course. And then I like Dick Grayson the most when he's Nightwing. Like he's he's got his own identity. He's not on Batman's coattails. But yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, yeah, people say like a lot of people lost their jobs. Obviously, with a big project like this, people lost their jobs, and but they'll find other work. Come on, it's Hollywood. You can find other work. But Warner Brothers, it seems, is going to be making some cutbacks, making some big moves here. They're wanting to compete with Disney for sure. They've been mostly failing. Disney's got way more successes under their belt at this point. We'll see how it all pans out. I just knew I had to talk about this. As soon as this came down, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. I mentioned it in that video, and then I hear about that. I'm like, oh, well. I'll just put a little editor's note saying, oh, this news came down after I fucking recorded this. Hmm. But yeah, I'm heard it's the test, the audience screenings. The rumor is coming out that they just did not like it at all. Like it felt like a bad episode of television, and that's why Warner Brothers just was like, oh shit, no, we can't release this, man. This is terrible. Again, that's a rumor, hearsay. Take that with a grain of salt. My channel is not a rumor mill channel. I just these are things I like to talk about. Is the franchises that I like DC, and that Star Wars I used to like a lot more. Man, it was like my favorite thing. Disney kind of killed it for me. Like, oh, especially with that Kenobi series that just came out. That soured me on all of it. But thanks, thanks for watching. Well, we'll see how Warner Brothers does with their DC properties from here on out. I hear the other rumor going around is that Black Adam is supposed to be the start of a new like iteration of DC, like a new universe, quote unquote, of DC going forward. Like the Flash movie will probably um introduce another Batman. Like even though we have two in there already, Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, they might introduce another Batman that will fit in with Aquaman and them. Going forward, we'll see. But I'm hearing they want to keep Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Gal Gadot might be out as Wonder Woman. I don't know how believable that is. I mean, she's still good in this part, and people still accept her. Ben Affleck, he's getting kind of old up there. He just got married. He might be looking to get out of that. Um, Henry Cavill, what I've heard is that he still wants to play Superman. Warner Brothers just has not given him the green light yet, or they may secretly have stuck him into something that's coming out soon. Another rumor I hear is that he might be in a post-credit scene of Black Adam. Yeah, did I say Aquaman was Black Adam's the next, supposed to be the first of this new era of DC movies, and yeah, I think that's why they introduced the Justice Society in this movie, because they're supposed to be like the first superhero team ever. You know, which makes sense, I guess, then to introduce them, because you don't want to do like what Marvel's been doing recently, where they introduce characters that have been around like forever, late in the game. So like all this stuff that's been going down before, these characters haven't been showing up for. Like the world almost ended how many times now, and where were the Eternals? where was the where was Captain Marvel? Oh, they'll just explain it away like, oh, she was off planet, she was dealing with something else. Or where was Spider-Man? Oh, where was whatever? Agatha Harkness. Who the cares about Agatha and Echo? Okay. I'm not gonna get into all the Marvel shows. Uh, yeah. The death of Batgirl. I'm sure we'll see her again though. in the near future, I'm sure we'll see Batgirl. If not in a Batman movie, then maybe in her own TV show, something. Yeah, she can always pop up. Pop up. Time will tell. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.